shoulder and lap belt system.
I know it's difficult as a parent. As soon as your child reaches a certain age, they start to come up with their own ideas, and they start to think that maybe they don't really need a car seat. As a parent yourself, do you find that it's difficult to try to convince a child that this is what they need?
Yeah, definitely. My son is 6 years old, and we have him in a booster seat. But yeah, he's always trying to sit in the front seat, and I think this is normal with all parents or all children. They want to act bigger than they are. But yeah, you just have to. Obviously, we're the parent in the situation, so we have to enforce the law and also our parenting skills. So.
Yeah, and it is, and many times the children don't realize even the safety features in your car. You had mentioned the headrests, just to make sure that the head is properly fit in the chair, and then the legs and the seat. Obviously, the children don't realize that, but it is for their own good. What other safety tips do you have regarding the child safety seats?
Well, I could go over some quick stats. Booster seats, because we are the event we're having is to promote booster seat use. Some stats we have is 45% of children ages 4 to 8 are their chances of being hurt in an injury is reduced by 45%, and that's according to NHTSA, the NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration study in 2011. Also, 25% of children age 4 to 7 who were restrained in a in a seatbelt alone were injured, and also 10% riding totally unrestrained were injured in the study.
Yeah, and again, just because you have the seat doesn't mean that it's properly installed or that the child is using it properly. I know you have information also about the Illinois law. Can you tell us about what the Illinois law is for the child safety seat?
Sure, it's just any child under the age of 8 has to be in a child restraint system, and now everybody has to wear some sort of restraint system, adults or children.
And that's regardless if they're in the front or back seats, correct?
Correct. And we recommend that children under the age of 13 sit in the back seat, but that's a recommendation just for safety.
Yeah, even if they want to change the radio, it's very difficult to try to convince them to stay sometimes. I completely understand. Is there any other information that you'd like to give us on the child safety seat?
Not right now.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much. And I know that we do have Officer Pirtle here. Tell us how long that you've been on the department for.
I've been on the department for about 3 years now.
Okay, and are you from the area?
Actually, I'm from down south originally, Bloomington Normal. I came up to the area for college and just made my home in the suburbs.
That's nice. And so how do you like the friendly village of Worth?
I love it. Couldn't be any better. Couldn't ask for anything more.
That's good. Now tell us your role in this child safety seat program. What can you tell us about the program?
Well, I'm a safety seat technician, so I install seats that when people come to the station, they ask me to check their seat, see if it's installed properly. Sometimes they bring it in a box, and I show them how to install it from scratch. I had to become certified to take this position, and I completed a 40-hour course that went through a span of 5 days. And there was a lecture portion where we learned about all the different types of seats and how to install them. I also had to pass a series of 3 written tests as well as a hands-on portion before I could obtain my certification.
Now, do you accept people just to walk in any time, or do you prefer that somebody makes an appointment for this kind of analysis?
It's always best if someone could make an appointment, but we take walk-ins too. If someone comes in and I'm not busy, I'm more than happy to help them out.
So tell me also about the course itself. Is it pretty intensive? What kind of things did you learn at that course?
Yeah, it's very intensive. Like I said, it's a 40-hour course. There's a lot of lecture. There's also things we learned, from a textbook that we were given, and then a hands-on portion as well.
Do you have any other tips that you'd like to add that the sergeant did not discuss?
No, not that I can really think of. Like I said, May 3rd I'll be there too, so I hope to see you guys there. And if you have any questions, we have information on our website too that'll be available.
That's good. Now, he did allude to an event that we have coming up with our department. Can you elaborate on that?
Yes, our event is Saturday, May 3rd, 9 a.m. at the Worth Village Hall, at 7112 West 111th Street in Worth, Illinois. The event will start at 9 o'clock. Attendees would just have to sign in, take a pre-test, a post-test. We'll present, actually, Officer Purtle will be presenting a PowerPoint presentation. They'll have to sit through that. It'll be educational, be able to learn about the booster seats that we have. And upon completing all that, we'll be passing out booster seats. We'll have, like I said, we received a $1,000 grant, so we'll have a limited number of seats, approximately, I'm guessing 35 seats available. And for more information, we'll have that on our events page at www.thevillageofworth.com, or it's on our marquee out front, and we did distribute some information to the daycare centers in town and also in Chicago Ridge.
Well, that's wonderful. And once again, thank you very much for obtaining this grant and for bringing this wonderful program to our village. And I wish you both the best of luck in this upcoming event. And next we will bring you another officer to talk about some safety that you can actually have our police department come out to help you with around your own home this spring. We're here now with Officer Peterson from the department, and he is here to talk to us about a new environmental landscape program. If you could, I know that's incorrect, but tell me the correct title of the program.
The title is CPTED. It's an acronym for Crime Prevention Through Environmental Design. It's the definition of it. It's a multidisciplinary approach to deterring criminal behavior through prevention and environmental design. We have some strategies to help influence offender behavior and decisions that precede criminal acts. By your request, a member of the police department will come to your residence, business, or workplace to assess ways of reducing the risk of being victimized of crime through environmental layout. One of the major principles of this program is to promote the philosophy of see and be seen. A person is less likely to commit a crime if they think someone will see them do it. So things like lighting and landscape will play an important role in the CPTED design. Another principle of the program is to control natural access through the property. We go beyond just a tall gate with barbed wire. We try to get detailed. We focus on properly maintained fences, walkways, signage, landscape to help direct the natural flow of traffic through the property.
Let me stop you just for a minute. You've actually given us a lot of information on this. So environmental design, is that more landscaping for a home outside, just for the viewer to understand?
It's not limited to just that. It's everything with the layout of your house, your property, and we don't limit it there.
So could it could include like a walkthrough of a layout of a shed, or maybe a playground, or not a playground, but a swing set that someone puts in? Is it limited to just being outside, or is it also an internal program?
There's internal aspects of it too.
So just give me an example. If I decide I want to call up the police department for one of these assessments, what would I expect for you to do when you come to my home?
We'll assess your entry points to see how secure they are. We'll even go as far as seeing what kind of nails you use, what kind of locks you're using, check your window locks, the lighting around your house, and check your driveways, your sidewalks, your entry points to the backyard, things of that nature.
So have you done many of these in the village yet?
We've gotten the program off and running, and we're still working on getting a big number of them, but we're trying to get the message out so we can see, so we can help some people out with this.
So what would be the most common misnomer or common problem that you might find initially when you come to a resident's home?
Lighting and landscaping, definitely. I think a lot of people have some shrubbery that might cover up some windows, and that might create a nesting spot for criminals as they might try to break into a house or something like that.
I know many times residents think they're doing themselves a favor by putting up landscaping outside because they would enjoy the privacy, but many times it's difficult when you even if you're not thinking about like an emergency situation. How about how often do you find that residents don't have their address on their own home?
It happens. I think the word has been out, so I think people make a pretty good effort to get it on there. But having the address on there and making it visible are two different things too, and we want to promote that as well.
Are there other common items that you might see besides the lighting and the landscaping as well that might be an issue?
Maintenance of a home. One of the other principles of the CPTED program is that we think that nuisances or damaged property can kind of, if we let that exist, it's going to create, like a decline in the community. And we want to get that message out that if this is how you present your home or your property, it could start becoming a safe haven for criminals. It's going to be a target for crime.
So now how can someone go about scheduling some kind of a walkthrough?
You call the police station at 708-448-3979. Ask for me, Officer Peterson, and we can schedule an appointment. There's a form online that you can fill out and send to us as well, and it's on the Worth Police Department Crime Prevention page.
Are there any other aspects of this program that you'd like to discuss?
No, that's basically it, and it's free to all citizens, and we will make sure we get out to every request, and any other details we can talk about when we meet.
Well, it sounds like a very interesting program, and especially now that it's spring and with all the terrible snow, it's amazing all of the stuff that you're finding underneath the snow, even in my own front yard. And people don't realize that the appearance of your home can also bring in some unwelcome visitors or, like you said, possible crime to the area. I know we look forward to this, just even on behalf of the village. I'm very appreciative of this. Now, can you tell us about some of the training that you went through for this program?
Yeah, I went to a 40-hour crime prevention course where we focused on the SEPTED program, and since then I've stayed up to date on the different tactics we've used in these programs and networked with other officers from other departments too to spread ideas and information and things like that.
And the nice thing about the program, too, is it also helps you to get to know some of our residents, but they also get to know you. So thank you very much again for being a part of this program. And I hope that our viewers today were able to learn about some of the new programs in our police department. Again, we've given you contact information, and please do not be afraid to call, email, or check the website for any upcoming events or information. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you around Worth.